Hi guys, my name is Mark, the guy for the latency, and today I will show you a new mouse, the new Pulsar V2 Mini. Let's go. I know I'm a little bit late with this review, but I had a lot of work to do. I was sick and had a lot of stress, but now I will do it. At first I want to say thank you to Pulsar for sending me this product. It is a review unit, guys. I didn't pay anything for it, but as you all know me, I will just make my review as always. I'm totally open, transparent, and I will say what I think, and even if it's wrong, I will say it anyway, you know? That's like how we do it always. And I also will do a latency test very to the end, and we will compare with the HSK, the GPX, and the HTS Ace. Also, we make a short comparison with the very old SKS Ace edition from G-Wolfs, the Skull Mini, which was one of the first mini EC shapes I've ever played, and before I played the big one of this. But let's start off with the Skull Mini, with the V2 Mini. I already reviewed the V2 normal size, and you guys were watching it a lot. I thought it's like here. It has like close to 4,000 views at this moment, and we talked a lot in this video about the shape, the abilities of Pulsar to rework products, to hear to the audience, to the gamers, to the players, to people who are criticize or are in general tell Pulsar what they think about the product. And Pulsar is still changing a lot. They're working with the community. As we said already, they just changed the clicks to Kales. They went down with the mouse wheel, gave it a better position, a better feeling. They reworked and enhanced the quality, the overall plastic feeling. They closed the sides, so there is like no honeycomb on the side that's closed. When you, for example, don't use grips, you can see it like here. The very first version of the big ones had those honeycomb size. People disliked it, so they just closed it. Keep the weight low, move the battery to the back, so the weight balance is way better. They've done a lot. They've invented the glass skates, basically, which are like used by a lot of people right now, which like they sold a ton of, like more than 100,000 packs of these were sold worldwide. I don't know if they're already past like 200,000, but they made a solid work, to be honest. And if you have those skates for the big version, you can use the same skates for the small version, which is very cool in my opinion. In general, this is just a shrinked V2, a normal size shrink to normal to mini, and the PCB is the same, the battery is the same. Sadly, the battery is the same, and the position is the same. That's one of the few things I don't like on this product, but in general, I have to say it feels good. The clicks sound good and feel good. Scroll wheel, also good. Side buttons, everything feels good. Like in the early days with the Omrons, some stuff feels a little bit mushy, a little bit indirect. But honestly, they just started off with the first product that we already had, like one of the very first products from then when they started. In terms of quality for the money, they always delivered. And they improved a lot, and they still keep the price low. Like in US dollar, this mouse is only like 80 US dollar. In Europe, it's like 10 more, like it's like 90. And with shipping, it's like 95, so it's 15 more in total. Still you have it at home, and even for this price it's really good. Sure, it's only a 3370 right now, but I think there will come like a V2.5 when the X2 is out, because the X2 comes with a 3395, and I think they will upgrade the V version also when the X version is released. That's one of my hottest guests here. In general, I have to say I like the shape. I played the SKS Ace a lot before I went over to the HTS Ace. I can tell you guys that I would have loved to see a hybrid out of both. I just compared the shapes short. Like these, the HT has the smaller or thinner back, but has better hump here and a better hump over here. So the overall feeling or resting of the pinky and of the ring finger was more comfortable, whilst the clicks, the M1 and M2 of the Pulsar Mini are way bigger and way better to touch, to feel. Also, the curve here, so the top curve where you rest would you rest your hand on, is not as aggressive as on the Pulsar, but there's also effect of the smaller, thinner back. But in general, they are very comparable, and if you loved this one, you will like this one. Sure, the weight is higher, like a little bit over 10 gram higher, but this one is wireless, the technique, so the basically everything, the internals are improved to this one, and you will enjoy it. There's no problems with the sensor tracking. I tried it a lot. There's no problems with too high click delay or whatever. Double clicking wasn't an issue on this one, and I really enjoyed to play it. But it already showed me again that my time on ergonomic mice is over, or basically on 2 ergonomic mice, because when you played those symmetricals for too long term, on a daily basis, like 6 to 8 hours, you get too used to those symmetrical forms. For me, there's no going back, sadly, to like an ergonomic. But that's a very good one made for people who are looking for a small EC shape, which is weight reduced and which is like capable of performing on a high level the whole day. This is a good product for a fair price. Some things I don't like. Basically, I like the shape. All improvements are good. Clicks are good. One thing I don't like is the placement of the battery. Already some viewers told me like they feel like the overall weight distribution is not as good as could be, because the battery is too much in the back or the battery is too big. It's like 2 of these things I think are true, or basically both could be true. Like depends on how you grip the product, you know. Like normally you are able to do this. That's the 2 things. That's basically a possibility to make a 2-finger grip. And the problem here is that you feel that the weight here in the back where the battery is, which is basically the same 300 milliampere hours battery like you have in the big one, because it's also the same PCB, is just too oversized for the shape. Rocket Jump Ninja, for example, has a shape comparison on his website where he made like a factor from size to weight. And if the weight is too high for the size in general, it feels clunky, it feels uncomfortable to play the product, you know. And here it's hard on the edge, in my opinion. Would it be even like 2 gram more? It would like, or 3, it would like, feels even more different when you would like have even more weight on the back. In my opinion, it would be cool if the battery shrinks a little bit and goes a little bit more up in front, straight in the direction of the PCB, like that. It would be like here. Would be way cooler, to be honest, and would improve the handling a lot, I think. But besides this, there's nothing to moan about. Like, you know, you have this awesome box from Pulsar, like you have always. You have the packaging, everything is in what you need. Like there's a USB-C cable in. Also, you have a USB-C connection to charge it. No micro USB. So most of you people just have a USB-C cable already on the PC. You can use it. Then you have the inlay, which is containing the translator, the dongle from USB-C to your normal USB-C, where you put in your micro dongle, and then you just can use it. That's it. There's no extra grips inside, no extra glides, but that's totally okay for this price point and for the quality you get here, I think. And also, I think a lot of people will or would upgrade to glass gates anyway, and glass gates are way too expensive to put them in already, but there was like for the first edition and some special editions like the red and the green, and where you already had like those glass glides on. The green, I'm pretty sure they were already on, and the Max Gaming edition, which would be like 10-15 euro more. And next time if Pulsar releases a new product, you might go or cook these if you already want to have pre-installed glass gates, you know, and save some money and also have a way cooler color. So that's one of my tips. As we've done already everything now, I want to talk about latencies, as you know me. And as I said already, I just put those mice into test. It's the GPX, the HSK Plus wireless version from Jibos, the Pulsar V2 Mini in black, and the HTS Ace white version, the very first release of the white version. I just compared them, and as we all know, this one is one of the most solid, most widely used products in the world for gaming and for competitive gaming is the G-Pro Superlight. It basically has a standard latency on my system of 8.81 milliseconds with a deviation of 1.35 milliseconds, which is kind of fast. That's the end-to-end latency, guys, not the click latency. It's end-to-end, guys. It's when you click here and the shot goes there, okay? And I tested this on my system here with those 360 Hz monitors and the LDAT, which is brought to me by NVIDIA. Thanks NVIDIA for this, by the way. And I'm always there and test out new products. I also test keyboards and everything else, which you all can see on my channel in future. Like, we will continue to produce those reviews and try to do even more now, because we had like a lot of work to do, as you can imagine, with our new project like the Valhalla, but about this more soon. So we just start off. The slowest one here in the competition is like the Hati S Ace from GWOS, the wireless version with a debounce of 0 milliseconds and a 1000 Hz polling rate. And the wireless mode, it's like 11.5 milliseconds with a standard deviation of 1.8 milliseconds. Is it slow? It's not fast, I can tell you, but it's totally playable. The next one, sadly, is the mini version of the V2. It comes in with 11.38 milliseconds and a standard deviation of 1.8 milliseconds, which is also kind of, yeah, it's totally playable, but it's not super competitive. If you would compare it in a shooter, or if you would compare it in an aim trainer like Kovacs on a daily base, and you compare the GPX and this one, you would see it comes up to 10 milliseconds in delay, depending on which aim training you use. In AimLab, for example, and you analyze your average latency you have, like it could be like 150 with the GPX, but it could be like 165 with the Pulsar. That's how these numbers I get out with the LDAT, and I tell you will give you or show you that they are basically true, even in a higher grade and in a more broad variance on an aim trainer. So you can just check it yourself. If you have both products, you can relay and reprove what I'm saying here with my LDAT. It's even bigger for you, you know. Nevertheless, I also compared like the old version, as you know, the red version of the Pulsar X-Lite White wireless, and the wireless one was like 10.65 milliseconds of the big version. So the big version was like nearly 1 millisecond faster. I have no idea why, because it was on the same system and it was also with the same settings, like the same debounce and stuff. I'm not really sure why it is why it's this big, like 1 milliseconds. It's like close to 10% failure. It's kind of high, and the standard deviation is not that big, to be honest. Here it's like also pretty much the same as the deviation on this as on the other test. I'm not sure, but it is how it is, yeah. And the next one would in the test is like the HSK Plus, which is 11.15 milliseconds, which is still not not so super fast. Like you would say, it's like way ahead of the Pulsar, but it's also I think it's also a mouse people would play, and which is also used or usable in competitive. It's just not the fastest product, but it is totally usable, guys. So now you know the latency of these three guys, and you know, like always, the GPX is winning, because these guys sell a lot of products. They have a lot of like footprint already. They've done a lot of products. They have a lot of experience, and they have a lot of money, because you guys paid a lot for this product, and they earned the money, and they just used it to make more money with better products. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review. I tried to give you a brief overview over the product, and also give you a feedback of my impressions I had. It's a good product, very nice, small ergonomic shape, mouse with a little bit room of improvement, and I hope there will be a 2.5 version with these improvements I thought about already, and with the 3395 sensor. So guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye.